Welcome to the sales portion of Advertise CRM's program. From here, the staff member can view many different parts of the program. As you can see the first name, last name, the login information, and the password for the sales member, as well as their email address. You can also opt out of emails if you no longer wish to receive them directly from the system. Next, you can see customers, follow-up, managers, and budget associated with the staff member. Over on the right, we can see team task. We can see correspondence, current alerts, orders and quotes, and all invoices. Let's go to the top. Let's look at our customers. We can find the customer by selecting Find Customer, although we already have them in our home screen. But let's select Edit. From inside of the customer's area, we can create orders for the customer. We can also view orders the customer already has. So if we select Orders Staff Viewing, at Staff Editing, we can view the order for the customer. We can also view follow-up and information, commercials for the customer, and any customer review that's been made about any product that or advertisement that they've placed. For now, we can look at creating an order. You also have the opportunity to create a quote. You can send emails from the top, create letters, new contact notes, and new alerts. For now, we know the customer wants to place an order, so we're going to create an order for the customer. Inside of here, you can select the type of ad that you want to place on behalf of the customer. There are many different varieties of ads, and each one that you select will greatly reduce the amount of results returned to you. You can select media name if the customer is looking for only one particular type of media. You may select the length of the ad that you wish to display and the markets that you wish to research. You can also select zip codes. From inside of the zip code system, should you wish, you can get this down to a smaller number by selecting one particular type of zip code. Say in this instance, we want to select 78748. If we put 78748 here, only those medias that are associated with 78748 would be displayed. We can also select cities. Anytime that you reduce the amount of information that you put inside the system, it's going to reduce the amount of returns. There is an opportunity that if you put too much information, that the exact information you're looking for is not inside of the system, as the system is constantly updating and new media is being added to it. For now, we're not going to select any. We're just going to select OK and let all information come back for the customer to decide what they wish to purchase. It will take a few seconds to populate as it's populating all the information for that particular type of media and returning multiple results at once. As of the making of this video, there's around 7,800 pieces of media inside the system, and the system grows on average between 200 and 300 pieces of media per week. If we scroll down, we can select a couple of different forms of media to add to this customer. Let's just select two different forms of media, and I'll show you how this program works. Once we select our media, we scroll back to the top and we add selected media to the order. By doing that, your information will start populating. As you can see here, you've got your customer's name associated with the order. You have the start date and the end date. So we could select a new start date and end date and put that into the system, which would change it on the order. For now, we're just going to select a new end date. let's make the end date the 27th. We're going to select an ISKI to associate with this order because all orders need to have an ISKI associated with them. A quote also will need an ISKI, as you can easily change a quote to an order by one click of the mouse. So you want to always associate your ISKI with your quote and order. We're going to select 10 items and we're going to say, okay, let's create it. And it will populate the second page, which we selected AMC, and that's going to be the next one to pop up. So we're once again going to find the ISKI, and we're going to select the customer's ISKI, and we're going to select a new end date. This time we'll do 13 items. But we're going to include a note because the customer has made a special request. And we're going to hit create. Now we're building our order. As you can see here, the information is shown for our order, and we're going to select Save because that's going to help populate all the information into the order. Let's say that we wanted to add additional pieces of media to the order. All we would have to do is select Add Multiple Media. Once again, go through the process. However, this time you're going to actually have to select the customer as we're adding media to an existing order. So let's do the bottom here. Select one of these towards this bottom of this page. And we'll go back up to the top and we'll add selected order media to order. As I said, you're going to have to select the customer this time because the system's already created the order for the customer, and now it needs to add this item to your existing order, as opposed to the order being added to the existing customer. So this time we'll do 14 and we'll hit create. And we've now created an order that includes the additional 14 items. However, now that you've created an order, you've not created an invoice. So the easiest thing to do at this time would be create an invoice so your customer knows that payment needs to be received by your agency in order for their order to be placed. So we're going to want to create the invoice. We can select a new date that the invoice would be due. Please remember that invoices should be due in a timely fashion so that the order can be placed and paid for prior to launch. So we're going to select the 15th. We're going to hit create, and that's going to create the customer invoice showing all of the media for this particular customer. If we want to print the invoice for the customer and provide that to them so that they have it on hand, even though it's inside of their system, we can select document, and that's going to produce the invoice, which allows for payment to be made for your customer. You can save that and email it to them, or you can print it from inside the system. That's all you have to do to create an order and an invoice. Now if we go to the top and we look at order, we will find this order inside of the system. And if we go to invoice,